flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You were when a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bit of an issue. All right. Come on in, smash the like button. I just started my stream to find out that my boxing channel has a strike and they removed my live stream from yesterday morning. I just found out just now. And I'm appealing it right now. You're not going to believe this shit. Hold on. Hold on. You're never gonna believe it. They removed the live from yesterday when I talked about what Simon Jordan did. And they gave me a direct time when I did it. They said an hour, 28 minutes, and 6 seconds. Man, this is a funny ass place, bro. They said it was hate speech. You know what part I was talking about? Of all things, when I said, check our chats if Shoo starts being mentioned in the same sentence as Monster and Nui, watch how my chat changed. That part, they said it was hate speech. That part. That part. They said that part. That is wild. That is wild. When I tell you that they're a bunch of pillow biters involved in this YouTube thing, When I tell you that they cannot stand what we do here, I genuinely mean that. Smoking Talk in that super chat. He says, "What's up, y'all? It's Friday. We in here, Drew. What we doing, big bro?" Yeah, we fighting the power, brother. And salute to you. Real Baltimore in the building. Salute to you. I already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna decline it, and I'm gonna have to go through other means. But they give you the direct time the violation takes place, and I said, wait a minute. So I said, okay, well, what did I say? And I'm talking about what trolls are gonna do once Shushu is once he's mentioned in the same sentence as Monster Inui. I'm talking about what the trolls are gonna do in my chat. And some pillow biting freak says hate speech? How? How? How the hell is that hate speech? Man, you listen, content creators, back up all of your work, because this is the level of bullshit that they deal with. And this is right after, if y'all missed my live last night, salute to the Sensei Stormy B-Man, salute to Tay Jones. Deontay Wilder pulled up on us. Deontay Wilder pulled up on us. And I wanted to check on my brother to make sure he was okay. And he's good. See, I told y'all, this is deeper than what it is. We're at war. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. We are at war. And I told y'all, ain't gonna take much. And I find it eerily strange that this happened to Deontay. I speak on it, and then they double back on a whole live that I did about that demon, Simon Jordan. It's not going to change. My opinion is not going to change. If it wasn't clear prior, it should be clear as of this morning. YouTube is ran by a bunch of pillow-biting, elemental P, oversensitive racists. If it's not clear now, I don't know what else to tell you. Didn't I tell you we at war? Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell you we at war? They done fucked up this morning. I said a lot on that live yesterday, and it was all within bounds. But the part that they say they got me for, I'm telling you it's misinterpreted. I'm telling you it is. Now, I know how this goes. I'm going to contact these fools after the show. And I'm going to tell them to re-listen to it. And it's going to stand for about 7 days. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But what I tell y'all about 2026, you see, whatever pillow biter did that, you done stepped in it now. Well, y'all, you know, I ain't even make no threats. Y'all been stepped in it. Y'all been stepped in it. I told y'all this was war. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. When you hire a 21-year-old who grew up on a diet of Prozac, a single mom, just mad sensitive, who gets his nails done, walks around all day in flip-flops. I work for Google. Never had a fight in your life, but sit on your couch and protest everything from your couch. The most high impact thing you do in your life is a spin class. And you get paid to watch me. I deal with real life. I deal with real life. Real life. And your nails is foul. You ain't never put in no work. You never got no dirt under those things. How you putting people that are soft in charge of other people that are talking about real life? Full ass Earthman in that super chat. Salute to you, brother. Much love and appreciation. This is another reason why we tell y'all, share the content. Share the content. Share the content. Like the video, share the content. And this is why most content creators have more than one option. Y'all have no idea what we're up against. And this is why we don't like coons. This is why we don't like turncoats. This is why. Robert Singleton in that super chat, he says, salute, Drew. They can't stop the movement. They cannot. I said a lot yesterday. And of all things, that part, I went back and listened because they give you a timestamp on where they strike you. And I listened to it. I said, this is the part I'm talking about. If Shoo Shoo starts winning, what our chats are gonna look like once they start mentioning Shoo Shoo in the same sentence as Monster and Nui. I said, man, watch how these niggas do. And all of a sudden, I get a strike for that? What you gonna say? I was calling Shoo Shoo the N-word? What? What? That's how you know they're monitoring our content. That's how you know. That's how you know. Clown asses. It's funny because Champ came through yesterday. And this is why they mad. Because I went in on Jason Whitlock last night. Like I said, Stormy Tay Jones and Deontay pulled up on me last night, and we had a great conversation. And Deontay was talking about at one point he sat back and said, yeah, what I'm doing this for? It's not appreciated. What am I doing this for? And trust me, the man is wealthy. He could quit at any time. You know, when you're doing something in life and you feel that, you know, the energy you're putting out is not being reciprocated, right? Sometimes you say to yourself, you know, what the fuck am I doing this for? Nobody appreciates it. Well, oh, Scott, the guy with the hat is a rapper. And he has a viral meme. You see that meme like everywhere. And I just made it move. You say to yourself, what are you doing this for? You ask yourself, man, what the fuck am I doing this for? You know what my response is? I'm doing it for the people that support me. I'm doing it for the people that see value in what I do. That's what I'm doing it for. That's what I'm doing it for. I'd rather have 50 people in here listening to the truth than 450 people just listening to me rant and babble and talk clown stuff that doesn't make any sense. I serve a purpose. That's what I do. I don't sick duck. Read between the lines. I don't sell wolf tickets just for views. I don't use people. I'm not a mark. Not. I'm interesting to the haters. That's why I'm interesting. Hold on. I gotta do it this way since motherfuckers so fucking sensitive. And I'm gonna tell you something else. This is the direct result of some of it isn't Google. Some of it isn't Google. This is what happens when they let AI do every fucking thing. This is what happens. The AI fucks up. The AI fucks up. Now, after my show, I got to go talk to these fools and be like, yo, what? You tell me, what did I do? What did I say right here? And the person I'm going to be talking to, they're going to try and find fault in what I said. And I'm going to have to go through that. I've beaten this before. And you know what they did? They blamed the AI. Oh, sometimes our AI said, look, I already asked you when I pulled up, am I talking to a real person? I already explained that. First of all, are you a real person? All right, cool. You said I had a violation right here at this minute, this hour. Listen to it. Oh, well, you did say, yeah, well, explain what I meant when I said that. And they can't explain that. So I said, well, if you can't explain that, how am I being reprimanded? This is what I meant. And I don't expect some pedal-biting 21-year-old that lives on the other side of the motherfucking country to understand what I meant when I said that. Now, why is it that everybody in my chat knew what I meant but you? Strike removed. I've done this before, but it's frustrating that I got to do it again. I've done this like 5 times. Exactly, Brother Reef. That's why Google getting sued all over the place now. Their AI fucks up. Now, I got a job. I'm good. But what about these dudes that do YouTube as a full-time thing? And they need their channels. It's like, yo, what do I got to strike? And then when they strike some of these channels, they don't want to tell you what you did. They demonetize, or they do the crazy thing. They demonetize you, and then the content creator is like, whoa. How am I demonetized? You got content that's da-da-da-da-da. All right, well, which is live? I remove it. And then they don't want to tell you. Did y'all know that? They don't want to tell you what it is. So you can simply, oh, this is the violation? Let me remove it. And they'll be done with it. They don't even want to tell you. It happened to Champside 2 years ago. They demonetized him, and he's like, all right, well, what did I do with your live? They never told him. He's pulling down live streams, and eventually, whatever one it was, or 2 or 3, he pulled it off, and he got his monetization back. But Champside does this full time, man. You messing with people's livelihoods. I don't understand how it's not legal. That is not a proper business practice. And that's why Google's getting sued all over the place. If you're telling the people that you said that they qualify for the partnership program, it's true that you could work a job and fuck up in the policy. You could know the policies. When you get hired, they give you the rules and regulations. Somewhere down the line, you could fuck up and oh shit, I didn't know that, or I forgot about that. Well, you're at liberty to know, so we got to suspend you. All right, cool. But where does it say that there are some rules and regulations and you do your content and you swear you're not in violation, and then you find out that although you're not, they don't want to tell you which part of your content is in violation? Where does it say they could do that? Imagine when you was a kid, you come home and they say, hey, you're on punishment. For what? Don't talk back to me. Just go to your room. Your room clean. There's no dishes in the sink. The floor is swept and mopped. You vacuumed your carpet. You walked the dog. You did all your homework. You're a straight A student, but you on punishment. You're like, what did I do? And your parents won't tell you. Your parents will not tell you. You're like, well, how's that right? But you're the kid. You're living under their roof. You don't pay no bills. What you gonna do? Well, I'm an adult. Here's what I'm gonna keep doing. I have 2 other channels. I have a Rumble and a Patreon. I keep telling y'all, sign up. Go follow me on Rumble. Because of bullshit like this. My content's not changing. My content's not changing. So what they feel they need to do is try and bully you. And they have an unlawful business practice. And what you don't know is that Google has been successfully sued. That's what you don't know. Documentation beats conversation. I keep telling y'all this. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that y'all don't know. Welcome down, Van Houder. Salute to you, brother. Yeah, we'll see you Sunday. Miss Van Houder, salute. We'll see you Sunday. YouTube fucked off my boxing channel. I'm going to try and work it out today, but at worst, it's going to be down for 7 days. But I got 2 other channels, so don't worry about it. We'll get you in the fam up, man. Smoke and Talk podcast, my brother. He says, big facts, bro. I'm a 3-year victim of demonetization. Exactly. They don't even know what the fuck fair use is. I see these big channels pulling up other channels and watching their content and reacting to it. The second I did it 3 years ago, strike. And I said, what is this? And nobody could explain it to me. Because they don't know. Now I'm going to talk to some funky idiot today. And I know they're going to tell me, oh, well, first of all, what they do is, the funny shit, what they do is, they start telling you, they start cutting and pasting rules and regulations. And I tell them, save your finger speed because I know the rules better than you do. I know the rules better than you do. Save your finger speed. I know the rules better than you do. But what you're going to do is answer my damn question. That's what you're going to do. And several times they couldn't answer the question. And at least 4 times they had to release me. Y'all don't even know about this. Y'all don't even know. Cats is going into my chat on my boxing channel. And I have to tell them, come here. This is ridiculous. Between the pillow biters working at Google and this stupid ass AI. And the more I think about it, no person did this. This was AI that did this. I said, oh man, what did I say yesterday? And they time-stamped it. And I listened to it. I said, I didn't say anything wrong. I said, bro, I said, when Shushu catches some fire and he starts being mentioned in the same sentence as Monster and Nui, watch our chats. Watch how they start tearing him down. And I said the word nigga. You mean to tell me, out of everything I said, it was that? That part? Your AI is bugging. And your AI is going to get you sued out of your pants. And this is why I tell you, I always stay on task, because I know what kind of conversation I'm about to have after the show. I know what kind of conversation I'm going to have. I know it. They're going to go from, well, you said that, and I understand that. So what do you mean? I can't say the word nigga? What do you mean? What up, my nigga? What do you mean? I can't say that? What are you trying to say? It's written down as hate speech. That's the flag. Hate speech. It's written down as hate speech. This is unbelievable. Well, I'm going to re-upload yesterday's live on the Rumble. And I'm going to put the goddamn timestamp so y'all know what it is. And they're going to say it's hate speech. Do y'all know what hate speech really is? I could do a 2-hour stream and it could be hate speech, and I won't have to drop one N-bomb. I don't have to use any racial terms, and I could be polite, but the whole stream could be hate speech. I could do a whole stream about eugenics and get my pointers crossed, and it could be the most racist thing you ever heard. It could be 2 to 3 hours of hate speech. You mean to tell me because I didn't drop an N-bomb, I won't get a flag? So it's not what you say, it's how you say it? That's what we're doing? Google, your AI is going to get you in trouble. But I like trouble. Y'all giving out money. That's great. Now I want some. So I'm going to go ahead with the show. Stormy just pulled up. You're not going to believe this bull. I'll talk to you later, brother. Exactly, Harvey. I guess you're going to flag. I guess AI going to flag all the videos. The part that I played, because it gives you the timestamp. I said, what did I say yesterday? And I'm listening. I said, what, the shoo part? You gotta be kidding me. Of all parts, the shoo part? Bruh. I like getting paid. I like getting paid. Give me some of that bread. Give me some of that bread. Hold on. Bunch of fucking idiots. And here's the funny part. You know there's no due process, right? So when you're talking to these clowns, they just tell you that's how it is. And that's when you got to lawyer up. This is wild work. And this is why we do what we do. This is why. I stand on it. Right? Now I want you to peep game. It was okay for me to call Simon Jordan a devil all day yesterday. But when I talked about what people are going to do in the chat if Shoo catches fire and they start saying, hey, the mega fight is between Shoo and Monster Nui, that's what set them off? You got to be kidding me. We all know what we're doing. We all know what you're looking at here. We all know. So let me get on to today's topic because I ain't even gonna be long with this. Floyd Mayweather, the chickens are coming home to roost. We've been saying for some time that his behavior is unbecoming. I never accepted him as my brother. I defended his boxing career. I never defended him as a person because I always knew how he was. When defending his boxing career, I always had to remind the people that I was talking to, stay on task. What does that mean? Staying on task meaning, are we talking boxing or are we talking about him as a man? First of all, I don't know him as a man personally, but I see what he does. So I'm not going to defend that. But when I was talking about him, I was always talking about boxing. These clowns always getting to the woman beating and all of this stuff. And I said, no, I don't want to talk about that. Are we talking boxing? Or are we talking about this, his personal endeavors? Because the personal stuff, I'll agree with you. So you want to end the conversation there? Yeah, Floyd's a dick. Okay, you want to end? Can we end it there? Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, like you won something. Idiot, I agree with you. You know what you can't talk to me about? What he's doing in the ring. I'm saying, though, but you like him. No. He's a wizard in the ring. I never, ever said he was a prince of a person outside of the ring. For example, at one point, Sergey Kovalev was the most dominant light heavyweight in the world. As a matter of fact, at that time, he was probably pound for pound top 3 at that time. I think Floyd Mayweather was still active at that time. I think so. I don't remember. But he was top 3 pound for pound for sure. For sure he was. For sure. But what do we know about Kovalev? What do we call him over here? KK Kovalev. That's what we call him. Because people in the industry have told me, nah, that guy's a racist, bro. That guy's a racist. Eric Myers, I know, brother. That's why I asked everybody to come here. I know, brother. I just went on a half-hour rant about that. It's being taken care of, man. Salute to you, good brother. Matter of fact, I got a wrench, y'all. Oops. Oh, shit. Damn it. I ain't mean that. Damn it. Oh, man. I banged on Scott. Hold on. My bad, Scott. I got you. I meant to give you a wrench. The chat moved. And I that's all right. You're back now, Scott. You're wrenched up. I didn't even mean that. I got you now, Scott. Scott, type something so I can see you. I meant to wrench you, and I hit you by accident, but I unhit you, and I gave you a wrench. My bad. You should be back now, though. Yeah, that was friendly fire. My bad. Main biker, salute. And let me take care of Texas T also. My bad, Scott. We good now. Now, no doubt, Scott. No, when you get wrenched, I'm paying homage. You know what I'm saying? Because support is support. I understand. I appreciate that. Chat was moving, but it's all good. Let me go back to here and make sure. All right. So anyway, Sergey Kovalev was a monster, and I couldn't stand it. Yeah, Chris, they fucking with me. That's why we here. Don't worry about it. But what was the reality? The reality was Sergey Kovalev was an animal in that ring. That was the reality. I could hate that guy all I want. I can hate him. I can hate him all I want. But the reality is, nobody was beating him at that time until Andre Ward got a hold of him. But in between that time, he knocked the shit out of Bernard Hopkins. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that, but it was a reality. So I could differentiate the two. Y'all don't like this guy, but somebody got to beat him. I could not like this guy personally, how he moves, somebody got to beat him. So I'll say the same thing with Floyd. Like, yo, man, I don't like how he moves outside the ring, but he's a wizard in that ring. And it was tough because I found myself defending him due to the racial things. I know he's not a prince of a person. I know that. I know that. However, I knew that he was under a lot of racial attacks. I know that. I know that. Man, I tell you. Man, I tell you. So this is what we deal with. Now, Floyd, y'all know his rap sheet. We're trying to protest Gucci. What did he do? Did he not drop $8 million in Gucci? I bet he wish he had that $8 million right now. Because the word on the curb is he broke. I didn't say it. Blue Blood reported it. Y'all know Blue Blood is he's probably one of the most connected boxing channels on YouTube. The most. He's probably the most connected person in YouTube when it comes to boxing. Okay? Right. Yes, over that bug-eyed freak, Shokun. Shokun, the grown adolescent. He's connected, but he's also a coon. And he buck dances for white supremacy. Yeah, Scott, I like that fight. I like that fight a lot. This guy's a coon for white supremacy, and he's 6 duck. Go watch him talk to Teofimo Lopez. I think he had knee pads on underneath his goddamn jeans. He on his knees for these cats. Like, you ever saw the baby bird waiting for his mother to vomit in his mouth? That'd be him talking to these fighters. Press 1 if you stole it. So Blue said, this is what he's hearing. And the word on the curb is, dude doesn't want to come back. He needs to come back. He wants the Manny Pacquiao fight. That's going to probably clear up his debt a little something. I'm telling you straight up and down, I'll be fire sticking that. I'm not buying that. These dudes like 50 years old. I'm not buying that. Floyd going to beat him again. And then I heard, drum roll please, then I heard that this clown is going to compete, like in the rankings. Hey, look, man. Look, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. If Floyd competes in the rankings, I will be shocked if he competes at a high level. The man's almost 50. Let's be honest now. But if he goes, I have an idea. His first fight back should be against Errol Spence Jr. Y'all know why. Y'all know why. Y'all know why. Y'all know why. Now, the reason why this broke thing is a conversation is because of this damn lawsuit. Well, if someone owes you $340 million, you're going to try and get it regardless of how. Listen, I understand. If I was a billionaire and someone owed me $340 million, I want my money. I understand. But what I'm telling y'all is that's not what I'm hearing. Could Blue be wrong? He might have gotten the wrong information. Y'all know how y'all do. Floyd could come out today with a bunch of chicks and Rolex watches and cars. Yo, yeah, like I said before, people said I'm broke. They're haters. I'm fine. I got liquid assets. And then they're going to run to Blue. Well, Blue said, no. Blue gets the news and he says, this is what I'm hearing. Y'all don't listen to him, do you? Y'all don't listen to him, do you? You don't listen. You don't listen. He said the word that I'm getting. He never said he spoke to Floyd. He said, this is what I'm being told. So let's see. You're suing for $340 million. Yeah, okay, if you're entitled to that, go get it. But now you're talking about to come back not only for a Manny Pacquiao fight, but you want to come back and compete on a professional level at this age. What are you doing it for? You don't love the game like that. I know you don't. You 50-0. You got out scot-free. What you coming back for, man? Could it be for the love of the sport? Probably, but I don't think he loves boxing like that. His gripe against the world was deeper than boxing. And he made his millions. He generated about $500 million in his career. How much of that did he keep? I don't know. But now he's like a lot of fighters. It's like, whoa, he's coming back for what? Yeah, Rod, I heard there was a Mike Tyson exhibition. I heard that's still in the air. I bet Mike won't pull no punches like that. Scott in that super chat, he said, I always said Tommy Hearns was Floyd's kryptonite. If Floyd was fighting in the 80s, I don't think he'd beat a guy like Tommy Hearns. I don't think so. Tommy Hearns was not no Diego Corrales. He knew how to use that jab. Stormy said, I could watch the Ward stoppage on loop for 24 hours. Yes, me too. That was great. These nasty bastards on YouTube, bro. I swear to God. Jerks. I'm going to upload a lot of stuff on my Rumble account. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Rumble. I'm there under the same name. And go subscribe to my Patreon because I can play the music I want and I could cuss if I feel like it. You got to watch your mouth. I do exercise a level of professionalism. I fly off the rails a lot. A lot. Steve-O, salute. I fly off the rails a lot, but on Rumble, I could do it all day. I could do that all day. And on Patreon, forget it. I could do it while playing the whole entire Onyx album, the first one, back the fuck up. Anyway, back to this fool-ass Earthman. Where's my damn sound bite?
You fool-ass Earthman.
Salute the fool-ass Earthman. So it looked like this dude was on top of the world for a minute. And I supported it. I supported it. Because I didn't like certain people were coming for Floyd, and it didn't come from a place of boxing. It came from a place of racism. And all you got to do is listen to it. All you got to do is, and thank you, Snoop. Thank you for that. That's my Rumble link right there. Thank you. I should have downloaded that soundbite. Bill. You know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. It was good for a little while, wasn't it? You know, I was, you know, I defend my people. I do. I defend my people. I love my people to a fault in certain cases. I knew what kind of person Floyd was. I just say, yo, let's just keep it boxing. I'm not defending this nonsense outside the ring. But now, this is the direct result of babying the brat. You got to discipline the brat. You can't baby the brat. Look at Tank Davis, cut from his cloth, right? Hasn't made nowhere near the amount of money. But look at the trouble he's in. When I asked where was Tank's OGs, Floyd is one of them. Look at Floyd's whole house. When I say house, what am I talking about? His direct bloodline and the people around him. Adrian Broner's seen in Las Vegas with some woman that looks twice his age. I was like, you know what? Okay. He's drunk and he's intoxicated in public. What's that? Look at how Tank's turning out. They're not blood related to him. Okay, let's talk about who's blood related to him. What happened to his daughter? These are just real questions. Look at his house. Now we're hearing that he might have to come back. So now you're suing Showtime. This is a man that flaunts his wealth. Now let me get a little spiritual on y'all. It's weird how God humbles you, right? Ain't that weird? Ain't that weird how God humbles you? Nah, Stormy, he'll never do that. He ain't trying to die. He ain't trying to die. He'll never do that. Floyd can't compete with nobody at welterweight right now. And the reason why I said Errol, if you don't know, Errol whooped his ass in sparring, and this was Floyd long before Floyd was retired. Errol whooped his ass so bad that they put him out the gym, and they had to go outside and go get him to come back. And when Floyd was asked about it, he pretty much confirmed it. So Errol ain't been in the ring for 2 years. Floyd got to come back. You get that Manny Pacquiao fight back. You pay your taxes with that. Then you come back and fight Errol Spence. That's your introduction back into the rankings, and that's a damn good fight for Errol. I appreciate that, Michael Fleming. And that's how you do this. So if you're really serious about coming back on a pro level and getting into the rankings or competing in Zuffa, you know, become part of the One Face One Name sweepstakes, whatever you need to do. And this is another thing. This would be uncharted territory for him, won't it? Pay-per-view's different. You know, there's more streaming now. There's more thieves out here. I'm one of them because I just told you I'm not going to buy no Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather 2. I'm not buying it. I'm not. So he don't like belts anyway. Because all they do is collect dust. See, now he has to live by his own words. He has to live by his own words now. What's he going to do? Everybody fighting on Zuffa. He's going to be fighting for the WBC, the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA. Guess what, Floyd? You're going to talk about a pay-per-view fighting who? Nobody's going to care. You're going to dig up a Mexican to fight him? Floyd Money Mayweather versus Victor Panchito Cantito Rodriguez. $89.99. Fuck you. I don't even know who that dude is. They'll put together a highlight reel of him fighting in some ring with 12 people in the goddamn audience, and the snippets is going to be him knocking people out. And be like, who is this guy? And then here come the fans. No, Frantico is good. He good. Viva Mexico. He good. He good. Floyd go in there and knock his ass out. Got your money. Victor Panchito Brotico Rodriguez. Who? $89.99. Y'all pay for it. I'm good. I'm good. You know what? I don't even think the Pacquiao fight will do good. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. They announced this fight. A majority of the sales is going to come from the goddamn Philippines because they fuck with him. You see, you got to live and die by your own sword. I said this to Deontay Wilder last night. Why is it that when an American fighter's fighting, you could have two American fighters. And you say, no, this is the fight right here. They say, no, you got to go with the foreigner. You say, why? That guy got a country behind him. Well, aren't we American? Why don't we have the whole country behind us? Especially when it's a black American. You see that? You see that? Ain't that strange? Ain't that strange? Now you got to live by that, Floyd, because you know what? You've been out the ring. You had a couple of clown fights, and nobody, your black people, that we said, we protesting Gucci. You said, I don't protest, I invest. Balls, right? You dropped $8 million on Gucci and threw it in our face. Yeah, those people, they ain't fucking with you. You're washed up, boy. So Manny still has his country behind him. That's why I got Manny up here laughing. You see, it's boxing. I said, Manny, he can't beat Floyd. But you know what will never go away? The love his people have for him. We tried to love Floyd. We said, man, Gucci being racist. You dropped $8 million on that day, on Gucci that day, and you put it on your goddamn social media. How you feel now, Floyd? What about, don't you wish you had that country support, right? Get on here and thank God after every win. No, you don't. Your God is the color of green. And green is envy. Follow me. I ain't trying to preach this morning. Texas C, he absolutely said that. Yes, sir. Mexicans made him who he is, not us. He absolutely said, man, you know what, bro? I got to find that clip, man. I don't even know where to look for that, bro. If y'all could find that and send it to me, I'd appreciate it. I remember he said that. Scott in that super chat salute. He says, Jai Tucker versus I always have a problem saying Yoni Hernandez is the first fight announced on the Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman undercard. That card, it looked like it's shaping up to be pretty good. I got Fundora in that fight. Hey, Floyd ducked Keith Thurman. Jump in the rankings, fight him. But that'll be at 54. Freedom's boss, my brother. He said, salute to my big bro, Drew. Don't Floyd got the small hats behind him? Do he need us? There you go. We don't need that coon, bro. He's gonna be fine. They call him Rabbi Floyd. Go to my goddamn Rumble and see. Was it on? No. It's on my Patreon. I gave my whole opinion on that. They gave him a diamond yarmulke. And they were like, Rabbi Floyd. Rabbi Floyd. I want you to understand something. There's a method to his madness. He knew what his bank account was looking like, and he knew who to buddy up with. That wasn't out of nowhere. You want to talk about selling souls? You know what I just saw this morning? Somebody approached Jay-Z before he grew his hair out. And they were asking him about Donald Trump. And this was when Donald was running years ago, the first time. And you know who stepped in and spoke in on Jay-Z's behalf and told the reporter, no, don't ask him that, leave him alone or whatever? You know who it was? Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein! Where's he at right now? Better question. What was Harvey accused of doing? Not accused, he did it. And where's he at right now? Where's he at? I just saw it this morning. I was like, what the fuck? When was this? I missed this. Or I might have saw it and not paid attention. And no, it wasn't AI. It was an old clip. They were on some sort of red carpet. You got to watch these people, bro. Everything's coming to light. Everything that we heard about since the 80s and 90s about the casting couch and these sacrifices and these kids missing. Everything's too coincidental. And what happens is the elite, they've gotten way too sloppy. And when the goons at Google and YouTube try to censor you, everybody's cut from the same cloth. They work under one machine. I promise you they do. There's this broken wrist agenda. There's a broken wrist agenda. Floyd is now a rabbi. Showtime done lied to us. Steve Espinoza said, oh man, boxing's good. We got about 12 fights lined up for next year. Literally 2 weeks later, they announced they was getting out of fucking boxing. And y'all looked at Fred from Barbershop Conversations, called him a liar, called him a hater, called him a coon. He said, yo, I play cards with these guys. This is what they said. I'm here telling y'all what's going on. All right, y'all don't want to believe me? I'm a coon. I'll be that. Now look, you ain't got to like Fred. You ain't got to like his political opinion. But he had this right the whole time. And I've been saying it. I said, yo, no, wait, hold on. There's something to this. I told y'all that. But I said, I'm going to back off it. I'm just watching. Because for the sake of boxing, listen carefully, for the sake of boxing, I love the sport so much that don't love me back. For the sake of boxing, I was hoping Fred was wrong. I was hoping somebody did lie to Fred. I was hoping everything that Fred said, that was said to him, that when he left the situation, they were like, yo, we just told that nigga some bullshit. But no. He tried to warn us and y'all called him a coon. I'm just speaking the facts. Y'all call him a coon while rallying behind Ryan Garcia. Imagine that. Y'all call him a coon, but he was up in there and he was the only media person that questioned Golden Boy about the racist emails against Al Heyman, the man in the middle. When they called him Black Hitler. And he was escorted out, and that was the birth of his podcast. He said, man, fuck it, I don't need these people. And he made his own way. Y'all don't find that strange? If I call you a coon, it's well-deserved, but that means I have built a case on you. You can't just say one thing, and I'm like, oh, whoa. You's a coon. No. You have to have several things, and I have to ask you or check you about it. And if you stand on a position, I'm like, oh, okay. After extreme investigation in these things you've done, congratulations, you're now a coon. He was a coon for relaying the message to us. Imagine that. Now watch this. All you PBCers, How do y'all feel knowing that these buffoons made a guy like Rick Glasser right in that aspect? And I think Rick Glasser's a stinking racist. Hashtag boxing. F that guy. Get him out of here. But now it turns out he was right on this. Well, the sun shines on the dog's ass once in a while. He was telling us this was coming. And guess what? I hoped he was wrong. I hope that Showtime wasn't getting out of boxing. I was sad when HBO got out of boxing. I was sad when there was no more Friday night fights. But boxing was always in a collapsing house. That's what I'm saying. Look at the last 8 years. We saw this shit happening in our face. What? There's no boxing on HBO? But see, you cats have short attention spans. 503 line, salute, brother. You guys have short attention spans. What? Showtime's out of boxing? Oh, on to the next. Y'all forgot boxing was on BET? Y'all forgot Jay-Z was involved in boxing for a little bit? Y'all forgot all of this? Andre Ward beat up Sullivan Barrera on BET. Y'all don't remember that? Boxing has gone through so many changes, and the writing was always on the wall. I said, man, we have no real structure. This is a problem. The Last Stand was actually ESPN. And now they're out of boxing. They off ESPN. And what was the last visual we got on ESPN? Keyshawn Davis and his brothers jumping that kid. See that? You know who could have saved all of this? Felix Nunez in that super chat salute. He says, we'll mess up boxing again. Still want to see him though. Yeah. But you know what? You know what, Felix? He can't mess up boxing. You know why? Floyd's not in power anymore. Because he sacrificed to those people. He's not in power anymore. His name don't move. Yo, listen. His name don't move anything anymore. And suddenly, boxing is winning again. Here's how. Turkey Al Sheikh. There you go. Nobody anticipated that. The 24 karat people, they can't tell Turkey Al Sheikh what to do. Business-wise and religious-wise. Y'all know why. I ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on. The Jews and the Muslims, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But what I'm saying is that 24 karat community, they move on their own. Turkey Al Sheikh, he's moving on his own. And Floyd made a decision, Rabbi Floyd. So imagine the only way for Floyd to make a good payday is against a fighter that's fighting under Zuffa. Two things. The money's there and Floyd's going to want it, but he's going to have to perform. And 9 times out of 10, whoever he decides to fight at this current junction in his life might kick his ass. So does he want to get embarrassed? Well, if you need that money, and watch this, will he be allowed to go work with Turkey Al Sheikh? Rabbi Floyd, Rabbi Floyd, Rabbi Floyd, Rabbi Floyd. Mo Boxing, salute. Y'all see the mess he made? That's why I chose this picture. This is the mess he made. He did this. He did this. You gotta live with what you did. Now, Al Heyman, the man never did any interviews. I spent over a decade defending this man. Y'all know I did. I spent over a decade defending this man because a lot of the attacks on him from Top Rank, from Golden Boy, it was racially driven. It was. But the reality is he got around a lot of stuff because of his title, which was advisor. Now, who am I? Who am I to say that that's not right? Listen, I just talk about those 24 karat people, right? There's a whole town upstate New York with those 24 karat people. Nobody works and everybody's on public assistance. Real shit. And some guy, a white guy, went up there because a black guy can't go up there. White guy went up there and says, hey, man, what do you do for a living? He's interviewing them. And they all walked off and left him alone and didn't say anything. So they didn't want to answer no questions. On average, the average man out there has 10 kids. I pay taxes, y'all. But they up there, public assistance. Their rent, their light and gas is being paid for. And they're living off the fat of the land. They found the loophole in this damn system. But you turn around and let these white folk tell it, black people are eating up all the goddamn, we're sucking up all the public assistance, which is not true. That's them. And Conquest says, calling them Team Madoffs. Hey, man. Felix, bro, that rapper, they've been doing that, bro. They've been doing that. But nobody wants to call them out on it. But the information's out there. There will never be a neighborhood with black people doing exactly that. Because the government will find a way to go up in there and police it themselves and harass people like they do in the projects. Police, harass, make everyone uncomfortable, call them lazy, do documentaries. You don't work. Why you have 10 kids? You see that? When I say that, you don't work. Why you have 10 kids, though? Your penis works, but you don't work. Why you have 10 kids? You automatically think of Ray Ray in the projects. Nope. I'm talking about Mahank Weinsberg in upstate New York in that damn town. They study their religion all day, and that's it. I just saw this online. I couldn't believe it. I said, that's illegal? The answer is yes. They've mastered the system. Hey, man, I ain't mad at them. Whatever. And those are the people that Floyd Mayweather buddied up with. That shit right there. Gucci, right? Hey, Floyd, Gucci, they're not treating black people well. Yeah, right. Black people, my people, these people, in the words of Chris Colbert, who's disappeared, good riddance. My people, these people, they don't support. My career is what it is based off of the Latinos. He didn't offer Paul Williams anything. He could have. He didn't. He didn't fight Keith Thurman on the way out. He could have done that. He didn't. He didn't need to. Now, mind you, he didn't need to do any of that. He didn't. He didn't need to do it. But I'm saying he could have. But look at who he broke bread with. Exactly, a condo. I guess I'm anti-Semite now, right? But I'm gonna apply the same analogy that I say when I'm talking about a fighter. Stop me when I'm lying. And I'm not disrespectful. I'm just saying what it is. If I have it wrong, let me know. But I don't, because I've seen it. I've seen it. There's dudes working at the Diamond District in Manhattan, right here in my city, the Diamond District. But because of the way their marriages are arranged, they're not legally married. So their women collect public assistance. Right. But you can have a high school teacher. Yeah, thank you, LaRon. They've been running that scam because it's a scam. It's a scam, but they've been running that for a long time. Now, let me say this. You can have a high school teacher, a public servant, a city worker that's gotten sick, And now they can't work anymore. And they got to fight and scratch for their Social Security. They got to fight and scratch for disability. Their paycheck has been cut in, not even in half, cut 75%. They might have to give up where they live and downgrade. And they got to go through all of this shit. Meanwhile, they're doing that. So when I get on here and I talk about black people sticking together, how we need to help each other out, because that's another thing they do. The average dollar in a Jewish neighborhood exchange hands about 8 or 9 times before it leaves the community. Which means this guy's helping this guy, who's 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 helping this guy, and then somebody from outside the neighborhood comes and makes a purchase, and then that's when the dollar leaves. But y'all niggas don't want to hear nothing about that. Oops, I might get flagged for that. Because apparently now you can't N-bomb on YouTube. I'll just I'll just keep saying knuckle dragger. How about that? How about that? You N-words, you N-bombs, you fairies. You monkeys, you monkeys. I can use monkeys. Monkeys. I'll try not to N-bomb anymore. I'll say monkeys. We're not outnumbered, y'all. We're just out-organized. Go back and listen to my live stream last night when Deontay pulled up. We talked about all of this. Y'all remember when Magic Johnson came under attack by the Clippers owner? Y'all remember that? You know, I should do a pep talk on that. LaRon, I know you remember that. You remember when he was seen with that girl that was young enough to be his granddaughter? And he told her, if she recorded their phone call conversation, I don't want to see you around a bunch of monkeys, meaning N-bombs. Remember that? And she leaked the call. And they interviewed him. They made him sell the Clippers. You remember that? Y'all remember that? You remember what he said? He talked about the Jewish community gives out no interest loans to their community. And I said, wait a minute. We ain't talking about that. We talking about your racial thing that you said. Do you know what he was saying? Donald Sterling, do you know what he was saying? Look at what my community does within itself, and look at what you knuckle draggers don't do. And there's nothing but space and opportunity to do it, and y'all are not on one page. Y'all worried about who got the Jordans and who's doing this and who's doing that. There's some coon that made a response video to my Deontay Wilder video last night. And I ain't never done nothing to this knuckle dragger. He's crazy. But Donald Sterling fired a direct shot at the black community. That was a challenge, and we failed. You know why? Because of Rabbi Floyd Mayweather. Floyd said, I ain't fixing anything. I'm abandoning ship because I don't trust you N-words. And here we are on social media saying this is the Lions Den boxing community. Community. Not gang. Community. And not all of us are black. Not all of us are Christian. Not all of us are Muslim. We're a community. And what happens? Well, just put LDBC in a Google search bar and see what you get. Put in LDBC exposed in YouTube and see what you get. From a bunch of knuckle draggers that more than likely don't even know us. They just mad because of the association. Like I just said, Deontay Wilder pulled up on us just last night. And we spoke. Black Fight Fan got Errol Spence direct line. Call him anytime. We have relationships with a lot of the fighters that we talk about. Had a wonderful conversation with Champ, and some knuckle dragger wants to do a live stream. That's what I was told. Give me 1 second, y'all. Speaking of the monkeys, give me 1 second. Sorry. Curtis in that super chat salute. He says, Drew, is this a different page? I'm on. Yeah, bro. They fucking with my other page. I'll get it under control. I always do. Let me take care of you. I'm gonna rent you. Yeah, they got mad at me. And you're never gonna believe why. But just make sure you follow me on this page, and Bear Cave, and my Rumble, and my Patreon. Because I'm gonna do a whole live stream on what YouTube did. Because this ain't the first time, and I always beat their ass. I always beat their ass with this. I 100%. See, I don't mention it. Y'all have no idea. This ain't the first time they did this. I always whoop their ass. I'm like, yo, you point out the violation, and they can't. They just did this a month ago. They just did it. And I said, can you explain this? I said, look, I literally was talking to a YouTube moderator. And when I said this was done, he said, I didn't do it. I said, whoa. I'm not accusing you, Chappie. I'm not accusing you of nothing. But you see this, right? You tell me where the violation is. He couldn't tell me. He had to call a supervisor. And they released it. Thank you. Documentation beats conversation. Hey, LeRon, I'm gonna revisit the Donald Sterling thing, because when I watched that on the news, when he mentioned the no interest loans within the Jewish community, I said he's firing shots directly at us. He didn't apologize for what he said about Magic Johnson. He justified it. Look at what my community does. Y'all dribble the ball. We own the goddamn league that y'all play under. Yeah, of course, Mr. Shelton. You know why? They like Nicki Minaj hanging around Klan members. They like that. They like things like that. They don't like it when we point it out. And the illest thing that they hit me on yesterday, from yesterday morning stream, you're not going to believe this. It was a comment I made about Shoo Shoo. So once again, it's your AI messing up. Oh, LeRon, hey. I'm glad you said that. Hold on. I saw that this morning. Hold on. Give me a second. And yes, this was his account. Hey, bro. No, bro. I got it, brother. Yes, sir. I saw that this morning. Hey, bro. Peep game. This is for all you MAGAs, you black MAGAs. I want to show you something. Curtis is part of the Pet Pack, man. Salute to you, brother. Much love. Thank you so much. Peep game, y'all. Rabbi Floyd and MAGA. Okay. This is your president. He did this. This was on his. Now, you know what's going to happen, right? If he don't stand on it, he's going to say he put someone else in charge of his account sometimes. Tell me what this is. Listen, the question is not about whether you like the Obamas or not. That's not the question. I don't care. I don't care how you feel that Obama didn't do anything for black people. I get it. I understand that. But tell me what this is. Now, I'm displaying my detest for this, but now that I've put this up, will this be considered hate speech? No, because those BMX boys that had full-blown Klan rallies on YouTube for years, I can't tell you how many times we flagged their ass. They had a whole stream calling Champ Side a monkey. That video was up for like 3 years. So you black MAGAs, take a look at that. Y'all know, because y'all follow this man. Now, again, I don't care about your personal feelings toward Donald Trump. I mean, towards the Obamas. I get it. I get it. But what is this? Oh, you hate Obama so bad that you'll deal with this? Well, you know, I didn't like Obama anyway, so and they get mad at me for Monkey Tuesday. See what I mean? Same shit I told Deontay last night. I'm like, man, Deontay came to New York and said, yeah, I want a body on my record. And the world stopped. Oh, it's unclassy. That's why I don't like him. Here come Mauricio Silly Man. I launch investigation on what? He said it. So what? I can make a mixtape off the things that Roberto Duran said. What's more dangerous? Deontay saying I want a body on my record, or Tyson Fury legitimately cheating multiple times and literally trying to kill people in the ring? There was no investigation there. Oh, I'm sorry. They did catch him gangbanging with Daniel Kinahan, and he's no longer allowed on U.S. soil. And I bet fat ass Jason Whitlock don't even know that. I bet you he don't. I asked y'all to share my live last night, send it directly to him, that pillow biter. I want all the smoke with Jason Whitlock. We're going to talk boxing. Because he can't talk boxing. All he knows is self-hatred. And I've come to the understanding that he don't like Deontay because of what he represents, a strong black man, which is something he can never be. And he's attracted to men. That's proven. I was sent the evidence last night. But back to Floyd. Chickens have come home to roost. And he said a lot about Manny Pacquiao being an employee and he don't make the money that he makes. Now you're talking about coming back to fight Manny. Well, you know what, Manny? I say you fight Devin and make some real bread. You don't need Floyd Mayweather. He needs you. Freeze him out. Fair enough? Freeze him out. I'm riding with Manny on this one. Gucci, right? I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm Gucci. I don't protest. I invest with Gucci, right? Manny, freeze him out. You don't need no Floyd. You go ahead and fight those young bucks. They like Manny better anyway. And now you need Manny? F you, Floyd. F you with a lit flare. Now, Al Heyman, I protected him. I protected that business model, but it's over now. We thought we had a 7-fight deal with Tank Davis on Amazon or whatever. You lied to that boy. That boy relayed the message. Remember I told y'all? They lied to Tank. Tank ain't make that up. He just made up who he'd fight. Tank Davis fans, y'all mad at the wrong person. When I talk about me, y'all mad at the wrong person. Guess who the real villain is? The PBC. Hey, Prez, you listening? The PBC is the villains. You know why? Whole time they had the face of boxing and Tank Davis over there, because y'all call him the face of boxing, right? All right, cool. Let's roll with that. Whole time you had the face of boxing over there, right? Why did Canelo come through and make all that money and left? Why didn't they take that money they gave Canelo and give it to Tank so he could do what he wanted with it? How about this? How about this? You ready for this? You ready for this? Watch this. Al Heyman, more than likely, told Tank, we have the funding for you and we now have the network. We want to lead with you. But Tank, you see this picture, y'all? Now, some of these people aren't around anymore. Mikey Garcia's gone. They tried to get Loma. He left. It was like 6 years later. But he left. Jorge Linares is gone. Cambosa's not a factor anymore. Everybody else is there. Hey, Tank, they got this bag for you. We can get some dates, but nobody's going to pay for you to just be fighting guys that they know you're going to beat. We want to see some shit up in here. So, hey, man, 7-fight deal. Y'all know DHP is independent. Can you give us that? No. What about Shakur? He hasn't done anything. What about Teofimo? What about that kid with your last name? No relation. Babs and Buster Bunny looking ass. No relation. And Keyshawn Davis kid. Baltimore. Go get Canelo, man. We can't make no money with this kid. Go get Canelo. I suspect that they went to Tank and said, we got 7 fights. You got to fight at least 3 or 4 of your temporaries. And what did he do? He gave you strippers. And we didn't even ask for that. He tried to give you Jake Paul. We definitely asked for that. He said, you know what? I'm not doing none of that. I'm going to get this Jake Paul money and I'm leaving the business, me and Al. And he told us this was happening. We're leaving, me and Al. He told you that. Me and Al are leaving. That's what he said. Well, Al's still leaving. Tank probably going to jail. And Floyd suing Showtime for $340 million and talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao and coming out of retirement to compete with these guys that are literally 15 years to 20 years younger than him. You know why I got Bill there? You know why I got Bill Haney there? Because the whole time he's been working independent and DHP sitting on millions, independent, cutting deals with Turkey out of Sheik, independent, millions of dollars in the bank, independent. And suddenly I'm that rapper in that meme like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Makes sense? Al's chilling. Floyd can't sue Al because Al ain't got the 340 to give him. He got to sue where it came from. He left HBO, went to Showtime. Steve Espinoza lied all over the place. We were supposed to have 12 dates of boxing, and then Showtime went out of the boxing business. And you remember that back-end money? That back-end money business model they had? Oh, we're going to pay you up front. But on the back end, we're going to pay you $1 million a year until it evens out. Which is why we kept telling y'all Tank wasn't the highest paid athlete. Which is why we was telling you Devin Haney made more money up front than Tank Davis did. Y'all ain't want to believe it. Tank's highest payday up front was $5 million versus Ryan Garcia. That's a fact. Look it up. You know what? Don't listen to me. Go ask Kehoe. Go ask him. He can't lie about that. So I'm full of crap. BFTB's full of crap. Go ask Kehoe. Who made more money, Devin or Tank? Never mind what I said. Go ask him. You can tell him I sent you there. Drew Titan said that Tank Davis hasn't made more money than DHP. And see what he say. He's going to tell you the truth. Well, Devin Haney, he cut those deals. He showed the show, but he cut his deals, but he has made more money than Tank. But Devin's still the bitch-ass nigga. That's what he's going to tell you. But I'm sorry, who made more money? Who has a bigger net worth? But y'all love on that kid. Nah, Shelton, he can't lie. He can't lie. Because I heard that dude say it up front. I heard him say it. Back end money. But Tank made $35 million versus Ryan Garcia. It was on the back end, but up front, he made $5 million. Ryan was paid $2.5. The back end money, Ryan ended up with like 30, and Tank ended up with like 35. So if Floyd Mayweather's suing for $340 million, that means he hasn't seen all of his money that he feels he was contractually owed. And now he's talking about coming back? Who's the fool?
You fool-ass earth man.
Shout out to DHP. Now y'all understand. All of you big brain business boxing heads, and y'all want to sit up here and talk numbers and pull out calculators. This is cut and dry. I keep it simple over here. I'm watching what's unfolding. I say, why is Floyd wanting to fight Manny right now? I said, wait a minute, why is he doing exhibitions? What's he doing? Could be nothing. Wait a minute, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's an active ranked fighter, but he can still pick and choose. Why does he want that fight again? Oh, it could be nothing. Wait a minute. He's suing Showtime for $340 million. And he's talking about coming back? This motherfucker got money problems. Money May. But don't listen to me. Just watch it unfold. Ooga booga. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Maybe I'll do a live on Pep Talk about Donald Sterling and what he said. The direct shot he fired at black people. Because you knuckle draggers will never learn. I know. This all good. I got to go. Salute to y'all, man. Much love to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video. I'm going to see what's doing with my other channel, but we here, baby. And I got Bear Cave Entertainment. That's my third channel, my third YouTube channel. I got the Patreon, and I got Rumble. I'm going to re-upload the live from yesterday onto Rumble. You can't suppress the truth. Fuck you, Google. Hope y'all die in a car fire. I'm joking, but I'm not. Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.